Welcome to Carrie's Crochet channel. Today we're going to make a fall crochet can cozy. Here I have one that I made in the summertime. But before I get started, I want to thank all my new subscribers. Leave me a comment below. What do you like best about crocheting? All right, let's get started with this project. Today I am going to crochet a fall crochet cozy. I'm going to be using some green yarn that I had left over. It's cotton. I have some yellow, it's kind of like a rust color. And I have some white that I'm going to use for the striping here. I'm using a size H hook, some scissors, and a needle to weave in some ends in the end. This project is worked in rounds, so we will not join to keep the rounds even. I'm just using a piece of thread yarn for my marker. So at the end of each round, make sure that you mark where you left off so you can keep account of where you're at. I'm going to start with the magic circle. There'll be a link in my description below. But if you're not comfortable with the magic circle, you can chain 3 and then slip stitch and then go into that circle. All right, so to make the magic circle or magic ring, I'm going to lay the working yarn here across my inside of my hands, fingers, and I'm going to use my thumb and pinky to secure the yarn. Now I'm going to make an X on the underside of my hand here, secure that there, and then pull it around here so that I have 2 lines of yarn that are about parallel. Now I'm going to take the hook side down, go under the first line, pull that piece of yarn, twist it here. Now take your hook and go under that same piece and pull it through your loop. Okay. And then you just take your hand out, take the tail out. And then you should be able, if it's done right, see, you should be able to pull. All right, we're going to chain 1. Now put 6 single crochets into the ring. So 1, and to do a single crochet, you're going to go through the center of the ring, pull the yarn up, and then go through both loops. So that's 2. All right, that's 6 single crochets. Now I'm going to, let's get a little closer here. I'm going to pull this tail tight. What I love about the magic circle is that you can kind of get rid of that opening. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go right here, not here, and join my circle and slip stitch. Okay. I'm going to place this marker here, just lay it, and now I'm going to do 2 single crochets around. I'm going to go right here. So 1, 2. You should have 12 when you get back to the marker. That's 4. 8. Okay, so that's 12. Now I'm going to move this marker. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is where I'm going to go first for my next round. Okay, place this marker here. Now on the second round, we're going to go 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1, until we get to the back, and you should have 18 single crochets. Two there, now 1 here. That's 3, 4. All right, last one is 18 here. And I've wound up at my marker, so I'm doing it right. Okay, now we're gonna do, I'm just gonna show you my can. So if you take a can while you're doing this, it's really helpful. So I can see it's not quite there yet, so I need to do another round. So we're gonna go in this round, which is round 4, I'm gonna go 2 single crochets here in the first stitch, and then 1 on the next 2, which will give me 24. Move your marker, 2 in the first stitch, 1, 2, 1 single crochet in the next 2, 2 here. Repeat around. All right, last 2 stitches, 23, 24. All right, so if we look at the can, now I'm at a perfect amount. So for the sides of the can, I am going to back loop only so that it builds up nicely. So we're gonna move our marker so we know where we're at. Okay, to do the back loop only, I am going to go into this stitch here and not put both of them. So I'm going to do a regular single crochet, but just go through that stitch right here. So that's 1. And just go all the way around until you hit the marker again for 24 single crochets, back loop only. arrived at my marker. I'm going to move the marker, and I'm finished with my back loop only round. Now for my next few rounds, we are going to do just a single crochet around until I have about 4 rounds. I've got round 6 through 8 here. So we're going to go through both stitches now. So I'm going to meet you back or speed up the film until we get to the striping. Next, we're ready to add some stripes. I'm going to add 2 stripes, or 2 rounds of stripes. I've decided to use a little bit of the sugars and cream because it has a little bit of specks of color and it's off-white. I think it'll look better around the green and the rust color. So let's put that stripe on. Remember, don't fasten off. Since this is only going to go around for a couple of rounds, we'll just pick up the yarn when we're ready to fasten off this stripe. All right, so I'm going to bring up, I'm going to leave that aside, and I'm going to lay it over. And I'm going to go into the next stitch. Actually, I want to get this marker moved. That's important. Tighten that up. Okay. I'm going to put my hook in the next stitch like this. And then I'm going to pull up this loop here. Right here. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to single crochet like I would before. There. And then I'm going to weave in this striped tail here. Sorry, I was off camera again. So I'm going to weave that in, but I'm not going to touch the green string. So I'm just going to let that hang as I go. All right, so I'm going to do 2 rounds. Here we go. I realize I'm putting in the marker here, so I don't want that. All right. 2 rounds of this stripe. We'll add a nice accent. Can cozies are great because cans usually sweat, right? And so this will absorb the sweat. It won't leave a mark maybe on your furniture. All right, so that's weaved in. I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to get to this marker again, and then I'm going to do it one more time. So the camera is going to speed up. All right, we've done 2 rounds. I'm going to move the marker. I'm also going to just snip the striping yarn. Don't need that anymore. And I'll be weaving in this tail, but I'm going to bring up, see if you can see, I'm going to bring up this green when I get to the next stitch. So I'm going to, just like I was single crocheting, but as I'm going through, I'm going to make sure that this white's on top so I could kind of grab that as well, or weave it in. Okay. And we're going to do rounds 11 to 15 is going to be some more green. And then I'll switch to that rust yellow. So you'll see the camera speed up again. So rounds 11 through 15. All right, we're going to weave in, we're going to join the yellow, and to do that, I'm just going to go into the next stitch, lay the yellow on top, pull through. And I still have the green here from the previous round, but I've trimmed it right here. So I've got, I'm going to put both of the tails in, and I'm going to hold on to them while I single crochet around. I'm going to put my marker there. And we're just going to keep going around until we reach a desired length. It's about 6 to 8 rounds depending on how tall your can is. And I'll go back and trim in any loose ends. So you will see the camera go a little bit faster for this section. So remember, single crochet around. We're almost finished with this round. I'm going to measure it to see if I like this height. I think I need one more round and I should be good. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be 6 rounds. All right, last stitch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch to kind of even it out. So the slip stitch, you're going to put your hook through the stitch, pull through, and then just pull through that loop. I'm going to do that one more time. to fasten it off. When you're fastened off, just pull it tight, and I'll weave in those ends. I already weaved in the ends down there. So weave in the ends, and then here you have your fall can cozy. I weaved in the ends. Here we have our fall can cozy. Keep your drink nice and cool, sweat free. Thank you for watching, and if you're new, like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.